Welcome back, guys, to the SWU Report. We have another gameplay video going this week, or episode, whatever. I'm not really on a weekly schedule. It's just kind of how I feel led to produce stuff. So this time around, we're going to take a look at the Moff-ia deck that I recently posted to the SWU.report website. Go check it out. You can get the full deck tech there. It is available on the page. This is essentially a Moff Gideon red deck, heavy on the Imperial theme, obviously. We're looking at red in order to be able to self-mill, self-discard cards to load up the discard pile faster than normal. For Gideon to get as many keywords as possible. We are attempting the Shipbreaking Yard here. That is the red base, 26 health, which I know is a big ask in the current HP meta. But it does give us an epic action to go ahead and mill 3 cards right off the top of the deck when we need to get things started early. There's a variety of other things in the deck like BT1, Daring Delve, and so on that can load up the deck quickly. That lets you get things like Eye of Scion, buried for sure, or at least maybe faster than having to draw it, play it, and kill it. And then you can use that to power up Gideon. So let's flip over here to Karabast. Let's run a few games and kind of see how it goes. Let's find Moff-ia. Here we go. Premiere, next set, best one. Yep, that works for me. So let's join the queue. All right, we're up against Boba Lake Country. Well, it's already, I think, a poor start for us here, but let's see where it goes. All right. So we got a mouse droid. Let's call it War, Grand Inquisitor, Vader, Ambusher Squadron, and Thrawn. I feel like this is not a great turn for us. It gives us nothing for turn 1 at all, so let's take a mulligan. All right, what do we got? We at least have a Tempest Lieutenant to start off with. That drops us into Gideon, which seems pretty reasonable. Or we can open BT1. Honestly, that's probably our better option. Shuttle and TIE Ambusher. Okay, so let's resource the squadron. And as useful as the shuttle is, it's a couple turns down the line. Let's see what we draw by then. So let's resource the shuttle. All right, he opens a constable. We're going to go ahead. He's almost certainly claiming here anyway, so I don't think there's much downside to us potentially popping the Shipbreaking Yard here. We can go ahead and stack the top of the deck. So yeah, let's go ahead and stack our deck for next turn. What are we going to want out of that? Ooh. Thrawn, another TIE Ambush Squadron, and a Tempest Lieutenant. That is unfortunate for us. We did get kind of a mid-turn play, and I do want to have something in space. Squadron gives us some stuff on that front. I do kind of hate to lose the Thrawn, but that's a long way down the line to just sit on this. So let's grab a Squadron back out of that. Okay, opponent takes initiative. We go ahead and drop our BT1 and then pass. All right, cards to resource. Okay, we got another ST-149. That Tempest Lieutenant is looking like we're going to need him less and less. So let's bend the Lieutenant. All right. So we got the Constable. Okay, so let's go to base with BT1. Hope we get lucky on the discard. We did not. It was not red. We got a Remnant Interceptor, but hey, setting up support is going to be nice for Gideon down the line here. Let's see. Prototype tie. He's going to be putting some pressure on. Let's get a Sentinel out in front of things. Took initiative. We'll pass. All right. So what else can we do here? We can chain a mouse droid a little bit, get things going here. TIE Striker. We're about to be on 4. He does not have a token upgrade for me to take with the shuttle, but its shielded would let us pop the TIE Advanced. So let's let's go ahead and resource the let's resource the TIE Striker, because the mouse droid we can at least chain and then let it die in order to be able to start triggering Gideon's discount. So yeah, first up here, let's go ahead with the mouse droid and then see what they do next. Also, it kind of gets to be a glorified pass for us to kind of see what's going on. I kind of wanted to hang loose, not use BT1 in case he does play something else to the ground and kind of see where that goes. All right. Actually, meant to attack with Gideon. We'll keep waiting on BT1. All right. He plays something else to space. Fair enough. So we could change things up here. The ambush squadron gives us a tie and kills the X-Wing and lives. And then it plus the tie is enough to take out the TIE Advanced next turn. So, I'm kind of tempted to go ahead and go that way. I know I mentioned the shield earlier, but let's go ahead and, we'll drop an indirect on BT1. That's fine. Cyril, okay. So we're definitely going to want to take care of Cyril here pretty quick. So let's attack into him with BT1. And hey, we did get lucky on the discard, so that's pretty much perfect. They took initiative. We'll go ahead and pass. Cards to resource. Okay, so we did get our accelerator here, which we probably want to keep. We don't care a whole lot about the TIE Striker. I do like Saboteur, but I think we're unlikely to run into Sentinel here in the Boba matchup. So we'll go ahead and toss that. Okay, so we've got some options. He's already swung into base. So let's go ahead and see about polishing off the TIE Advanced if we can here. All right, he plays Von Reg's Interceptor. We'll go ahead and knock that off. All right, what have we got? Okay, so first up, we're going to attack in, I think, with the mouse droid for a couple damage. He's already claimed initiative, so we've got a lot we can go ahead and do here. We're going to long live the Empire, the mouse droid, so that we can accelerate our resources a bit. Let's go ahead and send Gideon in. We'll send BT1 in, and just so we can say we've actually used it, let's pop Gideon and get ourselves a shuttle, even if we don't have something to take. As far as upgrades go, I think its shield is going to be very useful for us. So we're running low on cards, but so are they. So let's go ahead and pass. We're going to resource, and then we're actually going to be able to go ahead and pop Gideon this turn, which is going to be nice. What all are we getting here? Overwhelm, support. That's going to be nice. He is going to get Saboteur and Ambush. So, okay, not bad. Not bad. So let's see here. Oh, all right. Looks like it was going to head my way. So let's requeue, see how things go here. I do apologize to my opponent. I missed that last pass while I went to go take a drink of coffee, but I think we were in a really good spot there regardless. So I think that looked pretty solid. Who do we want to start here? I think I probably want to start against Shin, try to be able to keep units around to attack. Oof. Well, that is a very, very rough draw. We're going to mulligan the heck out of that. Yeah, we're not playing much there. Okay. So this looks a little bit better. We can at least start the TIE Striker. Not terribly exciting, but it's something. Hate to resource the Eye of Scion at the moment, but I think we're going to have to do it and probably our ambush squadron and see where we go from there. All right. So we're up first. Let's grab that TIE Striker. Okay, he's going to have a fast strong on the ground with Clan Ordo. If I want to be able to do damage, I'm going to have to claim here. Or he's going to start hitting me with that warrior and exhausting the striker. So ideally, I think I probably would have wanted to use the Shipbreaking Yard turn 1. But we're going to go ahead and claim because we know we've got that Gideon we can go ahead and get on ground as a sentinel. And that ought to help across the board. So we've also drew some damage this turn. And we do have initiative, but they are probably not going to have a second unit on the board when we could play this before he attacks with the warrior. So I'm probably still going to go with Gideon here. So let's see. Let's go ahead. Let's resource the elite, actually. Okay, so he's going to hit regardless. Do I wait here on that? Yeah, let's go ahead and attack the TIE Striker. I won't have anything for him to exhaust. He discloses a ninth sister. Whew, don't love that. Okay, so that starts making me think that accelerating a bit here could be a good call. So, in that case, yeah, let's long live the Empire. Okay, so we can Gideon now. We're not going to get extra benefit out of the support, but we can at least get the Remnant Interceptor on the board. They've already claimed. They're going to start exhausting it, which is less fun for me. So let's go ahead and see what we discarded. I think returning that Vader to the top of my deck is going to be great. We will pass after that. Okay, so what are we resourcing? What are we resourcing here? We've got some stuff in the bin to be able to get back with Gideon. We definitely want Vader. I hate to resource an Eye of Scion after we've already resourced one. Boy, this gets kind of strange. We're going to try resourcing the Let's Call It War. I know, I'm getting rid of removal. not always the wisest choice, but we're kind of experimenting here to see what happens. So we're gonna call that good. Well, there we go. Hold for questioning. That works out really, really badly for me, really well for him. Pulling that Vader. That sucks. So I think, judging by our lack of cards now at this point, that the game is going to go very poorly here. So, them's the breaks. Them's the breaks. I've got to keep resourcing stuff. So let's see. We're going to resource another interceptor. Well, interceptor gives us a little bit of action value, which could be good. The patroller's a bigger body, though. Yeah, we'll go interceptor. Okay, well, there we go. We are just gonna lose all the cards. I mean, I guess that's what Shin Red does. So that is what is happening here. We'll swing in. At least restoring a little bit helps us out. He drops more to the ground. Don't love that. Don't love that we don't have anything to ambush the eye into, but I think getting it on the board is pretty worthwhile. He took initiative. We'll pass. Okay, we need to resource one more ourselves. So we're probably going to have a decent turn here with our own Ninth Sister and Gideon, which is pretty solid, even if we don't have much in hand otherwise. Oh, well, never mind. There we go. Second interrogation droid. I think this game is toast at this point. But we will just kind of do what we can do. Okay, so he has not attacked into Gideon yet. Into the Sentinel Gideon. So if we deploy our other one, we do get Overwhelmed, we get Saboteur, we get Shielded. Yeah, so not terrible, and we would be able to get an attack off with him before something dies. I don't know. Let's go Ion first. Okay, so let's see. They threw the droid. Okay, we need to deploy Gideon here, I think, because they can attack in and kill the other one. He discloses there. I can get something back to my hand here. Non-unique. Would have been really nice to get our own Ninth Sister back, but we're not that lucky. So best thing we can get is the Force Patroller. Let's go ahead and go to base with Gideon. All right. So let's see. He attached Shadow Stygian Prime. So not super great, but maybe we will pull what's our accelerator event? Maybe we'll pull a Long Live the Empire and we can just kill it ourselves. That would sure be a good feeling, wouldn't it? He's already played everything. I don't know that claiming initiative helps us a lot here, so we'll drop a Force Patroller. All right. I don't think there's any use in resourcing either right now, so we'll skip. All right, we'll discard something for Ninth Sister, and then that still leaves us Thrawn, which is going to feel pretty good. All right, he's choosing targets for Ninth Sister. Okay, he did damage to Gideon, which is, pretty much what I would expect here. So I think we go ahead and drop Thrawn, and he supports Gideon. I think we continue to go to base because he's going to need to come at Gideon himself. All right, we're going to also send the Forest Patroller in. I think we're in a decent racing spot here. We just need to find a way to do one more damage. We've only got one damage on our base. That restore has really paid off. We're not resourcing here. And hey, there we go. He went ahead, took that out, exhausted something, but I can finish it off. Sweet. Not too bad, not too bad. Let's requeue. Let's play a third one. Oh, looks like we're going to hit, I think, the same player. I didn't look at the anonymous username before, but I think odds are pretty decent we just requeued into the same one. We'll go first again. Do we want to mulligan here? We don't get anything extra out of the Remnant Interceptor on turn one, but, you know, I don't hate this going forward. So, you know what? Let's keep and see how it goes. We're gonna resource the Daring Delve, and, you know, again, I kind of hate to do it, but let's get rid of the let's call it war. I think accelerating Gideon ahead a turn with the Long Live the Empire is just so strong that we're really going to want to go that way regardless. Whoa. All right. So he's naming something. What is he going for? All right. So he did not luck out there. I could claim initiative here if I want. He's only got a Garindan, which means he's not actually going to be able to exhaust the Remnant Interceptor on his attack next time. So I actually think we take the opportunity to Shipbreaking Yard here. I discarded some stuff, and we can return things back to the top of the deck. Gallius is still a few turns away. Another Daring Delve doesn't do a lot for us. And another Long Live the Empire. Hey, maybe we get real silly and we try to pull Gideon out extra early here. Yeah, let's see how that goes. Okay, we've got 2 Eye of Scions, so we're going to have to resource one of those. Okay, so he came in. We're going to play the second Remnant Interceptor, I think, to support and attack the first one. Not going to complain about that restore. He drops Unit Shin, and I'm actually in a spot here to claim initiative, I think, which is pretty okay. Though, of course, his Shin is going to start exhausting stuff. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to Daring Delve as our resource. I think we want to hang on to everything else if we can. So one Interceptor comes in. We get a little damage in at least. He's going to wind up exhausting the other one. We're going to Long Live the Empire here. He comes in for another damage, and I actually think we Long Live the Empire again. We're going to claim initiative. He's got a lot of damage he's showing on the board, though. So, you know, Thrawn, I wanted to race to that. We're not going to have a shield on him, which I don't love. So, you know, maybe this wasn't the best route to go with Gideon. This is experimental, right? This is learning and testing what we do here. So, in that case, maybe we go ahead with the maybe we go ahead with the Eye of Scion this turn. Yeah, he's going to do a lot of damage. We're going to have to claim initiative. I was hoping we could have gotten a requeued against somebody else with just, you know, show off a different deck here, but I think this is also worth showing how differently things can play out even with the same 2 decks. Yeah, whew. Restore's not catching up nearly as much now. That's what I get for killing my own interceptors. Whew. And a Mirage. I think this is looking pretty rough here. We've got our own 9th sister now, though, so that might help us out. So yeah, let's skip resourcing. We're already on 7. So tell you what, let's pop Ninth Sister, make him discard, and see if we can slow the ground down a little bit. Oh, just 2 damage. What did he discard? Sing. Okay, that's fine. We can still go ahead and knock out his Celestin Sapper, which is depriving him a decent amount of damage. So, yeah, I think we're okay with that. Didn't go for the Shinhati since she still has a shield on her. That's worth pointing out. Didn't feel like wasting the opportunity to completely remove a unit instead of popping the shield. All right, Mirage is going to base. He's probably just racing for base at this point. So, all right, we're going to come in with Shin. Or, come in with I against Shin. There we go. He's still got some stuff he could do. We haven't much changed what Gideon has available to him, but I think we honestly may just need to play Gideon to just get things going here on the ground. So let's see here. I've just got support. I guess I did waste an action there. Worth pointing out, I could have deployed him, supported the Eye of Scion into that attack. But, oh well, them's the breaks. Yeah, he's got lethal pretty much sitting on the board here. So, can I attack in time? Oh, nope, definitely not. Definitely not. He has got me, but we're going to at least play that out. Not a whole lot I can do to stop that. I don't think, yeah, I'm not going to have enough restore. But, you know, for just feeling good, I'm going to play that Thrawn. And we're going to Ninth Sister into Mirage. Ooh, and there we go. It was fun to ready, but them's the breaks. So, much like I did last time with the Fennec deck, I'm just playing the 3 games currently for this video. So, thanks for checking it out. Obviously, I think the deck and my play patterns could stand to be tightened up, but there's some fun stuff you can do in it regardless. So, we'll catch you next time. Thanks, and may the force be with you. Oh, also, hey, like, subscribe, check out the website. It is swoo.report. That's not .com, .net, any of that. It is just SWU.report. But yeah, go check us out there. And if you're enjoying the content, the articles, the videos, the podcasts, all of that, please do consider supporting our coffee. I'm looking to just cover the costs of like hosting and such, though I will admit, hosting previously was a pretty nominal amount, but now that I'm adding in video and podcasts and such, that does add added expenses for hosting on that stuff, processing, software, things like that. So please do consider throwing a few bucks toward the coffee. Thanks, and may the force be with you.